Okay, before I get into this video, I want to say this before I begin with the topic. So, it's not about being paranoid, it's about being a better detective. Okay, what makes a good detective? For one, he notices what's in front of him, what's right in front of him. He pays attention to. Many people do not do that, so they are not good detectives. Not only would they be a bad detective in a real job sense, they're also bad detectives in their own lives. Okay, and also another good trait about a detective that would make him a good detective, he doesn't base it on race. He's not gonna come over and assume, well, a detective that's doing his job properly, okay, he's not going to assume that someone did not do something because they're the grandma, they're the aunt, they're the dad. I mean, in many cases, detectives go in some of the worst cases where they have to really use the evidence. Sometimes a detective has a great instinct. Well, they usually do. I'm talking about great detectives. You have detectives that are not so great, and you have detectives that are really on their job. Now, the best detective is there to solve the crime. He is not filled with racist, or he's not filled with racism in his heart. He does not care if they're black or white. Okay? They are there to solve the crime. In two cases in particular, I will use or the Susan Smith case and the Diane Downs case. Both of these ladies injured and murdered their children. Okay? And the detectives and the police that were involved were the same race. They were European Americans. But these detectives were great detectives. They weren't into, well, she's a white woman, let's let her off. She's a white woman, she probably didn't do it. They did not care. They solved those cases. One detective even told, I think he told, I want to get it right, because I really have done research on these cases. So I think Susan Smith, I think the detective was talking to Susan Smith, and he said to her, if you didn't do it, I'm gonna quit this job. So that meant he had confidence in his evidence. He wasn't just basing it on intuition. Yeah, intuition, great intuition can lead a detective on the right path. However, a detective needs to have confidence. Okay, so, and also experience. The more cases you solve, if that's your talent and you have that intuition, you look at your surroundings, you're cynical, you're not naive, and that's your talent. And because it is a talent. And the reason it is a talent is because many people are not good detectives in their own lives. So, and I mean, there's been times where I failed in my own personal detection of things. However, like I said, experience. You got to live longer. You got to study. You got to be in it yourself. So, with that being said, this is not about paranoia, because that is not what detective work is all about. If you're just paranoid, you're going to convict the wrong people. or think that they did it, because a detective alone can't convict you. You still need to be in court. You're going to look at the wrong evidence. You're going to use your racist heart to solve the case or not solve the case. I mean, we had a black lady, a young black lady that has obviously been murdered by the online dater that she hooked up with. That's a white man. But these detectives won't solve the case. It's obvious that this white man took this 23-year-old black girl home, slept with her, Mickey'd her drink, and raped her. It's very obvious. You don't even need to be investigating it. All the evidence is right in front of them. But because of the racism, they won't resolve that case. So see, that those are bad detectives, because they're not doing their jobs. Their job does not say, you know what? If it's a black woman killed, let the white man off. But if it's a white woman killed, solve the crime. That's not how that works. If I had a real job of being a detective, I would be the best detective, because I'm not there to make friends. I hope y'all didn't do it. But if I see a bunch of evidence and your fingerprints everywhere and your blood there and all this stuff, hey, I gotta look at it different, even though I hope you didn't do it. So anyway, that is how I'm beginning this video. So also, as I go into this subject, I said everything I just said so you don't think I'm paranoid. I have some experience, and I would make a good detective, because for one, if you can see and you can visually see, use your eyes. Everything you want to know is right around you. I have this saying that everything you really want in life is right in front of you. So for example, you want to be a rich real estate agent. Everything you want is right in front of you. Your laptop's right in front of you for you to get on your classes, to Google how to get your real estate license. Your dream is right there. It's right around you. Anything you want. That's just one of my so-called superstitions. And I've lived and survived that way. It also enables me to live a pretty simple life, because everything I have is right in front of me. Okay, the $1 million mansion, it's right here. I'm not in it though, but it's here because I'm content and I'm happy. That's your $1 million mansion right there. See, a $1 million mansion is a material item, but what you may need is right in front of you. It might be inside your body, and that's peace. That's what you may really need, because I watched a video and I remember a woman saying, she was talking about she was in a $4 million mansion, but she explained how miserable she was. So see, everything you need is right in front of you. So going into this subject, so I want to talk about statistically what the sexuality of people is. What is their sexual preferences statistically? Okay, not what we want it to be. Okay, so statistically, 50% of all people are bisexual. Okay, which means they like both genders. Okay, now, I didn't say 50% of people tell you that they're bisexual. That's a difference. I said they are. Okay, so 25% of the population is straight, which means they only are intimate with the opposite sex. Okay. The other 25% of the population, statistically, does have a sexual preference and they are what the world would call gay or homosexual or lesbian. So 25% of the population only dates their same gender, okay? The other 25% of the population will only date or be intimate with the opposite sex. So they're straight. But keep in mind, half of the population is bisexual. Okay, so let's begin there. That's a lot of people. And remember, I didn't say they're gonna tell you that they're bisexual. So that means that the percent of the population that's quote unquote living a secret lifestyle amongst the opposite sex. So these bisexual people, I'm going to mainly touch on the subject of men because that is what I would have the most experience with, right? Men that are dating women, whether they're married to you or not. Okay, but I'm going to touch more on, because people do find out that their husbands are down low or messing with men. Okay, but whether they're married or not, I guess we won't get into that. We'll just touch on the fact of half of the population is bisexual. Okay, so what that means is half of the people you will meet could be bisexual. So if you're a woman, there's 5 men here that you meet. That means that 4 men. We'll just make it even. So there's 4 men here that you're thinking of dating. They could be online. I'm against online dating. Don't do it. It's dangerous. Okay. But just say hypothetically they're online. Out of 4 guys that's clicking on the button saying, hey, how you doing, baby? I want to see you tonight. There's 4 of them that messaged you, right? At least 2 will be bisexual. Okay. 1 will be fully gay. Okay. But we're not speaking about the gay man. He's actually, in this case, I'm going to give a compliment to the gay man that's out, that does not date women. I'm talking about just a straight up gay man. He's not living in the closet. He don't hate no woman, but he don't date them. He is full-blown gay. He's not your problem. He lets everybody know he's gay, and he only dates men or will be with a man. And he like men so much, he don't want you anyway. He'll make a good friend to you. Okay? That's the gay man that could be your best friend. He's not a threat to you because he's not living in the closet. Okay, so if that gay man don't like women, he ain't dating you anyway. So you ain't got to worry about him. He too busy looking for his next man. Okay, so we're going to speak of that's 25% of the population. So half of the population. So out of these 4 men, 2 will be bisexual. 1 will be gay, so you ain't got to worry about him. And then that 1 out of the 4 is going to be straight. Statistically speaking, 1 out of the 4. So if you're a straight woman and you want a straight man and you're online dating, 4 men, only 1 man for sure, if you look at it statistically, will be straight. So you know what that means, right? These other 3, it's going to be 1 gay one and 2 are going to be bisexual. So those are going to be the 2 that won't tell you that they're on the down low. Okay, so these were statistics that when I was more naive and unaware of this, I fell into some situations too. So don't assume everybody that you've been with is straight. Okay? So we're going to go into our detective work. So what prompted me to do this video is I was watching a case and they were trying to establish paternity. And so the woman She already had one baby by this man, and she had another child by the man. So the man wasn't claiming the second child. He sat on that show and he announced that he did not love her. Okay? On public TV. On paternity court. Okay? So I'm looking at him. Because see, detectives, we observe. So remember, I got it in me. That intuition, that observing. Because see, I ain't just going to base it on intuition. So I'm looking at this dude, right? And so I observe him. And he had a bun up in the top of his head. Not dreads. He had a bun. Same bun I wear. I just did a video on my Wednesday night ministry. And I had more lighting in it. So if you look back on my Wednesday night ministry, I had my bun in my hair. And that's actually my real hair. That's combed out and a little blow dried out. So it's not so kinky. Okay. So no chemicals in my hair, but that bun that's in the top of my head, that big looking kind of nice size bun on my Wednesday night ministry that I just did 2 days ago, that's my hair. All my hair. So picture this. That's obviously a woman's hairstyle when you put a bun up in the top of your head. I'm not talking about pulling your hair back and a man that got long hair pulling his hair back and letting it hang. I'm not talking about that. But buns are for women. Even dudes that have dreadlocks, they're straight men, they don't style their hair like that. And also, he a man, so he didn't know how to do his bun right. He didn't have the proper hair treatment and stuff put in it. So he had that nappy little bun up in the top of his head, standing up there in court with a suit, y'all, with that bun. So I'm watching him, right? And I'm observing him, right? And I'm peeping and recognizing how he's not afraid to show his hate. I said, wow, that's a cold man. You know, most straight men, they get on there. Yeah, they done had sex with the woman or something, but they saying, you know, they letting the judge know, okay, I prefer not to be in a commitment. But them down low men, they like to hurt you. That is one of the red flags. Because in your gut, you're like, this man hates me. And you can't figure it out for the life of me. Why this man hate me on the level that he does. Whether he acknowledges it or he shows it by doing this weird, them down low men are spiteful. Woo, they spiteful. So I'm looking at this, right? And my heart feels sorry for her because she's young, she's naive, and she's also, she could be a better detective if she, for one, stopped sleeping with them. See, you can't be the best detective that you can be when the demon's using you. You're laying up with the demon. You gotta back off. Stop sleeping with that devil. You will notice a lot. So these are just some signs that I have experienced. They're abnormal hate. And over time, I'm going to tell you something else. If you love the Lord in the way you should, and your ultimate goal is to get close to the Lord, the angels will just tell you. You'll be laying up with that man one night and you will feel weird and you will look over at this Negro you would say, this one, he be with some men. And another sign, this is 2022. And so this is the advice I'm going to give women on this issue. This ain't the 80s. When everybody in the projects outside shooting basketball with their girlfriends waiting up in the stadium form, cheering them on. This is not the 80s. This is 2022. So I am going to advise you, any man, and he ain't 15 or 17 years old, and you got to watch them too, because these teenagers become gay at an earlier age. Because remember that bisexual and gay behavior is implemented in this new time. So see, you also got to be more protective of your teenagers and your children and people you bring in your home. So anyway, this is 2022. Any man that is around a lot of men all the time, or a man, and it ain't his brother. And when I say brother, I'm not talking about how they call each other brothers. Because see, a man will sit up with his wife and he'll call another dude his brother, but that's his boyfriend. And he'll be sitting up eating dinner with y'all. So if you don't want to be in that situation, because of what I have went through with 9 times out of 10, I've already been with somebody that's down low. It had to happen. I'm going to tell you why. Statistically, it had to happen. Remember, the 4 example. Out of 4 guys, 1's gay, 1's straight, and 2 are bisexual. So really, 3 out of the 4 sleep with the same sex. But the only safe one is that full gay man. The one that's out of the closet that don't like women. He the only safe one. Okay, that's the only safe one. The other 3. So I've already been with somebody that's down low. Because I'm straight. They didn't tell me that they were down low because I'm straight. And I would have told them, go hit a corner. Okay, as soon as he says he's bisexual or full-blown gay, if he bisexual, that's gay to me. Because the bottom line is, the older they get and the more they're with other men, the more toxic they're going to become, the more depressed they're going to become, the more mean they're going to become. All these things have to happen because they can't be fully happy living in secret. That's a hard secret to be keeping. When the average woman you meet is straight, and you gotta continue to pretend like you is straight too, that is hard on that person. Especially the longer they live. I would be angry too, I ain't gonna lie. Because for one, you know what would anger me? Is the fact that none of you bras can figure this out. Like, dang, can't one of these chicks figure out that I like men? Can't I gain some respect for one of them that figure out that I like a man? So there are many signs. Okay, so 2022, if you really want a straight man and you want to get that 25%, stay away from men that, or do not get into relationships with men that hang around a lot of men, or a man all the time that's not his blood relative. Okay, now if it's his blood brother and they real close, they grew up in the same house, that's a lot different. But if it's not that, I just recently had a situation where one of my friends from way back was being kind of just out of the blue mean, right? He showed up on a social media, y'all, hugged up with a man, with his arm around the man, talking about that's his brother from another mother. I'm telling you. Or please, I'm telling you on all God's creation to listen to me. So I'm no longer naive. Statistically, I know the numbers. Oh, this is another red flag. That same gentleman. See, a detective, remember, a good detective observes what they see and what they hear. So that same particular gentleman that showed up on social media with that brother that he's hugged up with. And also, photos give off an energy. You know how old people can look at two people that's standing beside each other and tell if they slept together? They ain't even got to be looking at each other. An old person can walk in a room and you could be way on one side and the dude you was with in the past could be way on the other side. Y'all ain't making no eye contact. But that old wise soul can say, y'all been together, ain't you? See, that intuition is what you also, I have that with photos. So I'm looking at this photo on this man's social media, right? And I said, there it go right there. Here go another down low brother. And I'm gonna tell you another red flag. This particular brother, he always had very, very toxic relationships with women. He had a toxic relationship with his child's mother and also some abuse. Because I looked this butt up. Get you Ben Verified. Okay. Or what's the name of the other one? Gosh, I had it a while back. Not findpeople.com. I'll look it up. But it's even, I preferred it even better than Ben Verified, because when you look up their background information, I wrote it down somewhere in my tablet. So I will try to find that and do another video. Oh, Check People. I think it's checkpeople.com and Ben Verified. However, this particular gentleman, I looked him up on Ben Verified and he had domestic violence case. I find out a lot about men on that app. You can find out their real name. Because sometimes even if somebody's using the wrong name, all the other stuff that they tell you may actually be accurate, like their birthday, where they live, how many kids they have, the information that they're telling you about the names of their relatives and their ex-wives and their kids, all of that could actually be the same. So sometimes if you have their kid's full name and that child is an adult, right? So say they have a daughter and you have their daughter's full name, but this particular person you're dealing with is giving you the wrong name. When you look their daughter up, that's grown, right? Because I don't think kids are going to be on Ben Verified. So you look their daughter up and it shows their immediate relatives. Guess who come up? They daddy, the one that lied and told you the wrong name. And so you looking at their relatives and everything is the same. The birth date of their dad, the address of their dad. So now you know their daddy's real name, and you know that this fool you dealing with, that ain't the only name. Sometimes people use 2 to 3 identities for whatever reason they use them. And it doesn't always mean because somebody does that, they're a criminal. People have many different reasons why they use 2 names. However, watch those kind of people, because that's deceitful. I mean, if this person really told you that this is their name and they didn't tell you about their other name, Like, I go by Irene Marie sometimes. Marie is my middle name. So most people are going to know that about me, that really know me. You don't find out that if you're really close to me, you're not going to find out that I go by Marie sometimes 20 years later. See, that's deceitful. You know what I mean? Now, to new people I don't know, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm on YouTube. I use my middle name on YouTube. When you see Irene Marie, that's my first and middle name. Okay, so yeah, been verified and checkpeople.com, I think is what it is. So basically, I'm giving you little ways I found things out. Yes, I've been around somebody that had a second identity. And when I found out about it, they admitted it. You know, they didn't lie, you know, because for one, they knew me well enough to know it ain't no time to be lying. If you want me to at least be your friend and talk to you once every 6 months, you need to tell the truth. However, I'm glad it happened because I learned something, right? And what I learned is I'm a great detective. Do you see what I'm saying? So being a great detective is listening and also remembering things. You can't be a great detective if you don't remember the name of the daughter or son that he told you. You don't know anybody else to look up to find out who this man is or this woman is, because women do it too. It ain't just men scamming on people and having different identities. Sometimes women got more names than men. For real. So okay, back to this gentleman that was on the social media talking about his brother. He showed early signs, just the Dr. Jekyll behavior. A lot of times they're nice and mean. And a lot of people, just because they're doing that doesn't mean they're always down low. What it can mean is they're narcissistic and they're not getting what they want from you fast enough. So that's where the mood swing will come in. So I want to clarify that a man that just gets moody with a woman, he's oftentimes getting irritated. You ain't let him in your house. You ain't slept with him. You're not giving him no money. You ain't using drugs with him. You don't drink with him. He's not getting the supply. So that's that case. But I'm talking about a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. He's showing this. You kind of can pick up over time that he has this hatred towards females. And you look at being a good detective, you kind of document in your brain or make a note of his history. He's been in abusive relationships. He's had different baby mamas. You make this note to yourself, right? Look his butt up on Ben Verified and see what you find. And Ben Verified is BEEN. Like I've been somewhere, not Ben like the name. It's BEEN, verified.com. I'm set up on the $10 a month plan and they automatically take it out of my account. Okay, so I got that deal. So really I'm paying $10 a month for what would be $30 worth of service. So I'm getting a lot more than what I pay. But what I do is I sign up to tell them I want to do the yearly deal or the permanent deal or whatever. When you get on there, take the longer plan where you say, yeah, I want to do the $9.99 for 6 months. Because if you don't do that and you do the 2 or 3 month deal with Ben Verified, you're really going to be paying more for the same service. So you're going to get a lot more at a cheaper price if you say, yes, I want to do the 6 months. Okay, so get on Ben Verified and checkpeople.com. I love the breakdown. I think checkpeople.com, what made me really fall in love with that site to check people's background is it will even tell you if they got a warrant out for their arrest. It'll tell you if they butt is in jail right now. You could be trying to find somebody and you don't know where they at. You could get on checkpeople.com and it will tell you that they're incarcerated. So that's what made me really like that one. However, being verified is great too. I'm gonna sign. I haven't really had a need lately. I haven't looked anybody up for quite a while, but I still have my app. If I want to look someone up, I could, but I haven't done it for a while. So that's how I found out that one particular gentleman that was on the social media talking about this my brother from another mother or whatever crazy stuff he was saying. Also, that particular gentleman had also told me that he was at work and there was a man there that outright asked him, was he gay? Okay. Remember, use your eyes. Everything's right in front of you. Remember, listen, use your eyes. So, when somebody tell me something, I'm making a mental note. When he told me, well, this he said this white man, he specifically said a white man said he's gay. So, and see, sometimes a brother that's down low, see, he's kind of basically telling you, remember, these people are guilty. So, okay, he's telling you this white man say he gay. A white man asked him. So he wants me to just automatically not believe it because he know, okay, I'm a real sister. I try my best to support the black man on an emotional level because I love my race. So see, he was playing off that. So if he tells me that it's a white man that said it, I won't believe it. However, that's the worst thing he could have said, that he white. Because most detectives are what? If I did something to somebody in an hour, the state I'm in, the detective gonna be white. So it didn't help that brother to tell me that the detective is white, because in actuality, what it did was made me trust that white man knew what he was talking about. Okay? Because remember, I'm gonna just give credit to the European race. They make some good detectives. Okay? And the reason they make such good detectives, some of them, because they be doing the stuff they sell. Yeah, I know he a woman beater. Yeah, I know how to figure out if he's a woman beater, because right after I leave this job, I'm beating the crap out of my wife. Some of them detectives are like that, y'all. Not all of them. I would say, I'm going to tell you this, what I've learned just from watching and studying, right? Many detectives have good hearts. There are actually some pretty good men that are using their talents and really want to solve crimes and help people. And that goes for white and black detectives. I really feel in my heart, most of them are good. But you do got some crooked ones. And those are the ones I explained earlier. So anyway, this brother's telling me that this white man in his job asked him, was he gay? So I asked him, I said, was the white man gay? Was he coming on to you? He said, no, he's straight. Okay. And also this particular guy, he has a way of offending people. So he probably says something crazy to this white man. So the white man is, or he's doing things around this white man, and he makes you have such a low regard and respect for him. This white man probably like, let me just disrespect this brother. But let me tell you this. He said that. And so I made a mental note. I noticed the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde behavior. And when he posted that social media photo hugged up with that man, talking about that's his brother, and it ain't, okay, I already knew, because the spirit came through that photo. That gay spirit just popped up out of that photo. I said, "Oh Lord, I went." It's almost like I could see the white man in my head that asked him was he gay. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I caught him switching, right? So we all went out and hung out. Me and one of my family members went and hung out with him, and that brother was switching, honey. It wasn't a hard switch. See, it wasn't that bang, bang, bang like he no woman with no hips, right? It wasn't that prostitute switch. But remember, just look at what's right in front of you. It was enough switch for me. So there was another mental note. 8 times out of 10, and remember, 8 is 80%. That brother's on the down low. Okay, now, he's also on more drugs and alcohol. He is depressed. Remember what I said earlier. Those are part of the symptoms too. As they get older and their hatred of women gets more aggressive and they're living a secret life. Okay? What if I had to live a secret and I had to pretend like I didn't have sons? And I had to go my entire son's lives, and I wasn't like no prisoner of war. I wasn't like our lives weren't in danger, right? It wasn't nothing where for a certain reason I had to pretend like I didn't have sons, but I just had to live like that because, or say I chose it. No, I'm choosing it, right? Because, okay, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Say I was so ashamed that I had my children out of wedlock, and I was so ashamed of that, I actually hid the fact that I'm raising sons. And what if I had to, every time I went to a family event or a friend's event, I never had my sons with me, and I had to live. I was choosing to live. I didn't have to, because I'm making that choice. The same choice a man is making when he sleeps with another man. That is a choice. That is a choice. If he likes women, right? I'm talking about for the bisexual men, right? Hold on, y'all. My son is at work texting me. Family come first, y'all. I know I'm a new small YouTuber now, but one thing y'all gonna learn is that my sons are my heart and soul, and you know, and they know I be on them not to ignore my call, and so I have to lead by example. So if I don't want them ignoring me, I need to display the same behavior so they can follow my example. And then it's fair. We're family. So my son says, "I'm at work, Mom." And I said, "Thank you so much, firstborn son." So anyway, okay, that text is sent. Okay, so I can fully focus now. So anyway, and I'm telling y'all what I'm doing. I just don't want to blank out, you know, to where it just gets quiet and you like, oh, okay, well, I guess the video ended. So anyway, these are more of the signs. Okay, so remember I said their depression, alcohol and drug use, even the way some of them keep their home. Okay, see, because, and you may not like what I say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Bisexual people, that's a dirty spirit. It's dirty, not just physically dirty. It's dirty the way they lie to people. It's dirty the way they do themselves when they live in that lie all them years. Somebody that's bisexual, they dirtier than the gay man to me, because of the lie that they are living and they continue to live that's so unnecessary, that hurts so many people. That gay man ain't hurt me. Hey, he could be my buddy. But I'm going to keep his ass away from my sons, because you're not getting ready to turn no son out. And then I have to, I might have to mess you up. And I didn't mean to use the profanity. I am so, so sorry, because God forgive me. His behind. That's what I meant to say. But I am a prior cursor. I am working on not using profanity. I try my best. So I'm sorry that word slipped out, y'all. And I'm still going to post this. However, God, please forgive me. But remember, this ain't Irene's fake ministry. It's Irene's ministry channel, not Irene's fake ministry. If you want to see something more fake or hear something more fake, go let one of the mega church ministers explain this to you. But this is a real live, I am a real human being that has cussed during my lifetime. And I've cussed some people out if I needed to. I'm more mature now, so I just leave these people alone. Okay, but I have been beat up, and I beat up some people. Okay, so I'm bringing a lot of experience and diversity to you. Okay, I was in a situation where I could have lost my life, and I defended myself and was handcuffed and taken to jail. So I don't want to sit here and pretend. That's why you need to listen to me, y'all. I got the experience. I got the background. I got that detective brain. I know what these fools do. Okay, so anyway, and remember, if you need to replay this video, the numbers speak for itself. If you don't believe nothing else I say, remember, 3 out of 4 men will like other men. And remember, 1 is gay, 2 are bisexual. But that's 3 out of 4 men. So, you've already been with the down low man, potentially. Many women already have. Some figured it out, some didn't. So anyway, yeah, the brother posted that photo. They also, many of them, the ones that I've known, they will, when I look back on it, remember, this is hindsight, I think, is when you look back, right? Okay, so hindsight, I think, is when you look back. So foresight is looking forward, I think. So in hindsight, when I look back, and forgive me if I'm using the wrong word, I'm not perfect here. I do the best I can with the English language, but I am not perfect. So in hindsight, or when I look back, one of the red flags was that they will mention that somebody around them thinks that they're gay or that they like men. Some of them will say that somebody asked them, was they gay? Sometimes they will tell you that a man came on to them. And one man said was he a bait switch, something like that. One man in particular had told me when I reached out to get something that he was sorry he couldn't touch me because he had just touched him. Sometimes something will just come out of their mouth. That's them angels letting that demon tell you. Because the angels don't want you around somebody that's lying to you like that. And as I said, in 2022, if they hang around a lot of men, some of them will get so deep into it where they may begin to not make very good eye contact. And that shows their they don't like you. No man that God created that's sleeping with another man cares too much about women in the real sense of the word. Especially if he's down low. Now, I've been around some gay men that love their mama. But you got to look at those gay men. Those gay men, those straight up gay men that's just gay. And they do not date women, right? A lot of times they love their mama so much because their mama condones that behavior. and they mama accepted that they gay. You know, sitting up, oh, you can bring your new husband and boyfriend over. See, my sons know that's the line I draw, and that's why ain't none of them gay. Because I might borderline disown you, especially if you've been lying to me about it. And see, my sons, all of them like women. So if they was to be gay, that's a choice that they made. Because you like women. You like girls when you was 5 years old. They are sexually attracted to girls, all three of my sons. So for them, if they were gay, I would feel like you made that bad choice as a man. And you knew better. I raised you on the word. And I'm just kind of hard on men about that, y'all. I'm not speaking about the bisexual women right now. That's a whole nother subject. And I'm not speaking about the gay women. But I feel like, for me, I feel like for a lot of men that are gay men, full-blown gay men, that just like men only, I feel like what they do to their bodies ain't right neither. Letting somebody tear your back there up, just banging you up like that. You walking around with a diaper now. That's unacceptable. You know, women, gay women, they not too much going through that. You know, ain't no gay woman letting nobody bang her up back there. I mean, I don't know if they're getting that freaky. I don't know. But I'm just saying, none of the gay women I ever knew was walking around with a diaper, you know. And women are more affectionate by nature anyway. So I could kind of see how the women get close to one another, because that's in our nature to love each other anyway. But I don't prefer, and I think that the gay man thing, but I also don't believe that every gay man or gay woman is going to hell. I don't believe that neither. I believe that if they are a believer, you might not like this, but I'm just gonna tell the truth. Gay men have some good hearts though, y'all. If I would have had a bunch of gay men around me when I went homeless, I wouldn't have been sleeping in no car. And gay women have some good hearts. However, they may be subjected to purgatory. Okay, and that's just the temporary hell you wait in while God deal with some things on you. If you were a believer and you had a good heart and you was trying to come out of that, and you were attempting to come out of being gay and you died at the wrong time, I believe that some gay people will go to heaven. I do. So for people that think, oh, they all going to hell, that's going to be the main one going to hell. The person that's saying all gay people going to hell, because that's probably the evil-hearted person. A lot of straight people are freaking evil, y'all. They evil. I mean, you got to look at the stuff straight people do. You know, when I study like the foster cases and how they do them kids in foster homes, them be straight people, man, killing a kid and hiding them under the house. You don't see no gay cases or no people in no gay foster care. Chopping up no kid, hiding them up under the house. You know? So, yeah, so that's just my belief. And my belief is based on studying on the concept of hell, studying different religions. Based on studying, that's the conclusion I came up to. I do not believe that all gay men and women are all going to hell just because they're gay. And I'm talking about the ones that die gay, that are really trying their best to come out of it. See, sometimes you end up in purgatory because you almost got it right. You was in repentance. You was prayed up, but it was that one piece you didn't fix. And that's where they work with you in purgatory. You know, you'll be kind of in that little torture chamber for a minute, and then but that's only if the end of the world doesn't come. Now, if the end of the world comes, there's no purgatory. So if you're still alive and Jesus appears, there's only two places for you, and that's hell or heaven. Purgatory is only available to people that die before Jesus comes back, if that makes sense. And if you have more questions about that, just study. Get on YouTube, and other YouTubers can explain that a little better. Google what is purgatory and get more information. And what I'm saying will make more sense. But if you haven't studied on that, what I'm saying may not make a whole lot of sense. So anyway, the signs of them mentioning, a man mentioning that somebody either in his family, at work, or somebody has came on to him. Also, another thing down low men do, they're extremely private to the point where it may be a house, a whole house and car you don't even know about. Like you've known this person 15 years and you don't even know that they own 3 extra cars. Things like that. They're extremely private. They don't like you. Over time, see, sometimes we're good detectives, but we're choosing to keep the blinders on. Take the blinders off. Be willing to see and hear things. And going back to that paternity court case. Okay, I'm going to go back into that. Where the gentleman was on there not claiming the baby. But she wasn't looking at him. I'm looking at this man like he's a man that would be on the down low. He would be the 2 out of that 4 I'm talking about. Sitting up on court with that ponytail up in his head. That bun. Not a ponytail, a bun. Men wear ponytails when they wear their dreads. He had it bunned up, just like I had my hair on the Wednesday night ministry. And he had almost as much hair as I had. Or his bun, because his bun was not pressed out and it was nappy, he had it made, his hair is shorter than mine, it looked like, but his bun was almost as big, is what I'm saying, because the hair wasn't groomed properly. But she wasn't looking at him. You be wondering if this man on the down low, well, he hugged up with the dude in the chair with a ponytail in his head. Somebody hates you. My God, take the blinders off. Open your ears. Listen to what they're saying. Now you have more information. So now if a man says to you, well, this white man at work asked me, was I gay? Don't be thinking to yourself, and don't say nothing. Don't, even if you're thinking it, work on not saying what you think to people, because people will kill you nowadays. So you don't say to the man, well, are you? He might come by and shoot your butt. Because remember, they're living a secret lifestyle that they prefer to keep a secret. So look at these cases where a woman got killed on Facebook because she got on that video and she told everybody. It was on Instagram or Facebook, but she told, I think it was Facebook. She told everybody. She had photos. She had all the proof. She told the whole state what he was. He rolled up and blew her away. He sure did. So you don't say nothing. You just leave him alone. Sometimes if you're ending a relationship, you may say, look, you hanging around all them men, I think it might be a little funny. But it depends on if you're dealing with a logical man. But even if you say that to a man that's mature and has some sense, you still got to leave him alone. For one, you got to leave him alone because you got to let him be with his men. Let him be with his men. He's bisexual. And that's not a good match for a straight woman. Okay, if you are a straight woman, old or young, and you have a sexual appetite, that bisexual man that's on the down low, he may fulfill that for a while. But after a while, it's going to become spiritually uncomfortable. Because the angels are going to have you open your blinders and open your ears, and you're going to see it for what it is. And even if he come out and say, I'm bisexual, if you're a real straight woman, you're not gonna want him. No straight woman that loves the Lord, that's an instant it's over. Even if he tell you, you may be his friend and still speak, hey, how you doing, brother? Treat him like somebody that go to church with you or something, or go to the house of prayer. But you're done with that relationship. It's just unhealthy. So the whole point of this is, look at this dude. When they be wearing them 2 earrings, they got that bun up in the top of their head. They talking about they hate you. It ain't my baby. Why would he want it to be his baby? His man can't have a baby with him. This man, and I don't care what nobody say, when they bisexual, I'm gonna be honest with you. And if they continue that behavior through their adulthood, to me, they're kind of gay too. It's just women are a front for them, especially for players. Remember, that bisexual man wants to hurt women too. So that's the way he hurts them, is by being a player. I done been with 50 of y'all and none of y'all figured out if I'm gay until they meet me. However, to protect myself from this world in 2022, I no longer have intercourse, because I don't want that thing that could be, and my intuition ain't never wrong. It's not wrong, because see, my intuition is going to be the beginning of it, but the Lord is going to supply that evidence, and the Lord is going to have me use my Irene detective brain and open my blinders and hear, which I always do that. But see, when you're inexperienced, when you're hearing certain things, you don't know what it is, because it has to all add up to one building. So remember, a puzzle has pieces. So all those pieces make that puzzle. All those bricks make that building. However, your detective should figure it out if you're a great detective. So I feel like I'm a great enough detective to explain some of this to you. So what I want to say to women right now, look at him for what he is. Okay. Some of them, the sporadic sex life. When you are dealing with a man and he's a player and your sex with him is really off balance, like, God, we have sex once every 4 months. But he got men and women to have sex with. And players, those are the most dangerous. Because remember, players, they screw nasty women, they screw clean women, they screw broke women, they screw rich women, they screw educated women, they screw uneducated women. Remember, players are nasty anyway. They go through them like water. They don't have no love and no obligation. So because of their hypersexuality, a player is normally in that 50% group of bisexual people, a male player, because of the fact he has such a high sex drive. Okay? He likes to screw. He likes to have oral sex done to him. Okay? So he is very highly likely to be in the 50% group because of the fact he likes sex. He likes to feel good and he likes to make people feel good, and he will let a man make him feel good too. If he will put his thing in your behind and have anal sex with you, he will do that to another man. I even had a mature woman tell me She feels like any man that'll put it in somebody's butt will do it with a man. And I kind of could see where she's coming from with that too. Remember, a butthole is a butthole. That's another sign when they're trying to push you into that too. You might have tried it and that's all they want to do with you, or you're telling them no. I'm not gonna lie, I was very selective with that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna say I never tried any of that stuff. However, 9 out of 10 men gonna tell you I did not do oral sex with them and I did not let them put that in my behind. Now, I'm saying 9 out of 10. So without going too much in detail, just pay attention to some of those signs. Okay, you say, okay, well, I'll let you try anal sex this one time. But however, you don't feel comfortable with it. You don't like that. But then now that's all he want to do. Because he likes booty. He likes men. Stuff like that. Or, you just got different signs. So just watch those sexual, and see, women, sometimes we want to, I want to be with the man that do it all in bed. I would prefer for you to choose if you looking for a straight man, get the simple man. He ain't got a bunch of male friends and he just like one position and that's all he know how to do, and he just a plain old, he do it with you and go to sleep fast. Get you one of those. A man that's out of that world. Okay? Because your desires will get you hurt too. If, I want the freaky deek man. My man got to do it all. You're more likely to get that 2 out of the 4 men, the 50%, the one that's bisexual. And remember, they're down low. Men ain't just running around saying, yeah, I'm bisexual. No, they're not doing that. They telling you they just like women. Those 2 out of the 4 men that are going to be bisexual, a very low percent of those 2 men is going to say that he's down low. That's why it's the down low. They don't tell you. They're keeping it on the down low. So these are just some things to look for. So just to sum this up, pay attention to when they've told you that somebody has asked them, or they gay, or they bring up the gay discussion somehow. Some of them will even act like they hate gay men. That's another red flag. Why you hate them so much? That's just a front they putting on. When they're players, pay attention to their photos, the way they walk, them hairstyles. Like when I was watching that paternity court and he had that nappy bun up in the top of his head showing that he hated that woman and didn't give a care about hurting her on open TV. They're loners. They're very secretive. Don't always walk beside the man. Walk behind them so you can see that switch, because it's not an obvious switch like a woman would have. It's a switch that you will pay attention to. He's swinging with that little booty. But if you always walking beside him, you're not paying attention. So also that's a sign that he's the one that's taking it in the butt when he got that switch. A man that's putting it in other men won't have the switch. But that one that's getting done in the butt, yeah, over time, because he's becoming a woman. So just like after you wasn't a virgin no more, you had a little switch in your step. Same way with a man that's getting banged up back there. He's switching now too. So what other signs? Inconsistency. Prior abuse backgrounds. Some of them will have those. However, he ain't never had a case for beating up no man, no. His abuse background is beating up wives and baby mamas. But he ain't beating no man up. So what is his abuse background? You got to be kind of specific in that. Him hanging around a bunch of men. Keeping secrets from you. Being a player. Another sign, some bisexual men will oftentimes have a female friend that is gay. And those gay women, she's full blown gay, so they have something in common. So what he likes about her, see, a gay woman will put on a strap on and she'll screw him in his butt when he's bisexual. So that's why they like to hang around gay females. And actually, my ex, I'm not saying my ex was like this, y'all. I'm just saying he had told me a story about somebody that got banged up by this gay chick. And the gay chick bragged about it. She said, yeah, I screwed the mess out of him. I banged that booty up. So those are red flags too. And I'm not trying to be graphic here. I will post, since I just said that, I will post graphic content. But that's what he said, the chick said about this particular dude. And we don't even know which dude got the banging up. But another thing, a warning sign is when they be telling you them gay stories too. Because he could be telling you that gay story and he the one got banged up. Who knows? Just watch out for these signs. But the ultimate sign too is when they are surrounded around men. I think I mentioned earlier, watch Dirty Homes too. See, a bisexual man, his home gonna be nasty or spotless. Okay, so he's bisexual / down low. His home spotless or it's nasty. It's no in between. Because if it's spotless, he's really like a gay man, so he's super, super clean. He's cleaner than a woman. Or he's the nasty, trifling dude with that little switch that's acting mean and crazy to women. And that's the only thing he can beat up on is a woman. And also, you never, when a man's down low, he doesn't have too many confrontations with men. He has this instant kind of respect for men, almost like he's female. So he respects men. It's their behavior when they're around other men. See, straight men, they're the total opposite. So the thing is, another thing I'm going to give you advice. Just compare the men that you know for sure are straight. Okay, this is a red flag. I remember this about straight men when I think about it growing up. Straight men don't always get along with other men. Remember that. Think about it, for real. When I look at the men that I was around growing up that really were straight, sometimes they didn't even get along with each other. My sons, they're straight, right? They don't get along all the time. Straight men, they don't really, because see, they're not like women. They're not submissive to other men. So another sign is when men that are bisexual and down low, when you're around them, you get this feeling of submission. Like they kind of go along with men. Even if they're men are helping them at the grocery store, whether the man is white or black, they easily submit to a man. Okay? And straight men don't do that. So all you gotta do, a straight man ain't hanging around no bunch of men that ain't his relatives. A straight man don't submit to other men. A straight man wanna be the leader. He wants to dominate everybody. He don't submit to men. You're not gonna see no straight man in no grocery store like, oh, thank you so much, sir. No, they don't act like that. So another thing, just compare how straight men really are. It's a blessing if you ever were around straight men. Oh, avoid men that go in prisons. I'm recommending those are another group. Okay. Men that have been to prison before, they're definitely 3 out of 4 of them done did it with a man. Okay. Even if it's just that they've been raped because they was in there so long. Some of them are raped. Some of them men that go to prison have helped their fellow inmates rape another man. Avoid those altogether. Okay. Don't date nobody that's been in prison. So, let me see, military men. Military men fall in the same category of other people, okay? People used to say military men were usually bisexual. That's not true. Military men, or consider them part of the population, so that 2 out of 4 people are bisexual for men. So just implement military men in the population. That includes them too. So the 2 out of 4 people that's bisexual could have been in the military or not in the military. It's not true that just because somebody's been in the military and they're clean cut, they're bisexual or gay. That's totally not true. You got to look at their behavior outside of their military activities. So that's a stereotype that military men are gay or bisexual. That's a total stereotype. So yeah, just look at if you were blessed to be around straight men when you were growing up and are around them, just all you got to do is when you meet this down low man, look at how his behaviors do not match up to the 100 straight men that have been in your life since you was a child, whether they raised you, you went to school with them, men that you know for sure are straight, for sure straight. And that's a red flag too. Them down low men are the total opposite of straight men. So yeah, those this is just my advice. So hopefully this video might help you to become a better detective. Okay? Ears and eyes, y'all. Have them open. I hope this helps. So if you would please like, share, and subscribe. And I appreciate you so much. Have a great day.